Ladies and gentlemen, if you would be so kind, we have about 5 minutes before we start the program. So if you'd like any more hamburgers, hot dogs, waters, or soda, please go grab those now, and we'll begin in about 5 minutes. Thank you. Good afternoon. I am Rob Betzel, the chair of the Macon Greater Chamber of Commerce. It's my pleasure to welcome you to Luther Williams Field and the 2021 State of the Community event. Spring is in the air, and it's certainly got spring in our step as we gather here in this historic place. It feels great to see all of our friends and colleagues not behind a Zoom screen. And in this great place, we definitely do not need, yes. And here we definitely do not need a virtual background, though if anybody would like to take a picture today and use that in their future backgrounds, please feel free to do so. I want to thank our hosts, Brandon, Raphael, and the Macon Bacon, who have graciously given us home field advantage today and served us nostalgic ballpark concessions. Thank you, Macon Bacon. Now, in classic stadium style, please stand. The Macon-Bibb County Fire Department's Honor Guard will present the colors, followed by Cassidy Walker's performance of the national anthem, and then I will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by Pastor Jake Hall, who will offer our invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So now follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, Pastor Jake Hall, the senior pastor of Highland Hill Baptist Church and a graduate of the Leadership Macon program, please come forward.
I offer these words of invocation in the spirit of my tradition, with openness and inclusion for all, and in exclusion of none. Will you join with me in this moment of reflection? Oh God, we stand here today and we give thanks for how far we've come. We give thanks for Macon, Georgia, for the ebb and flow of the Ocmulgee that brings magic into these grounds, for the music and the way that Middle Georgia is a mainstay of industry in our state and region. We give thanks for how far we've come as we stand now in the audacious dreams of those who have come before us, who have partnered and worked and made those dreams a reality, to turn boarded up windows into brew pubs and beauty salons. We stand today in those dreams and we give thanks for their work, for their willingness to collaborate, for the Chamber and the Industrial Authority, for the Urban Development Authority, for Mercer, for Newtown, for the Knight Foundation, for the Community Foundation, for people of goodwill who said we will work together for something better. We give thanks for where we've come. For those who invested in blighted spaces to create the arts in Macon's downtown corridor. For Theater Macon and Jim Crisp, we give thanks for where we have come. We give thanks for the idle hours between Browden and the Brickyard and barbershops all over Macon, where community is formed and business gets done. We give thanks for spaces like Barefoot Tavern and Brookhaven Lounge, where life comes to be in the evening and business dreams become realities on the back of napkins. For those who have curated an artistic vision for our city, from Habersham Records to Capricorn Studios, we give thanks from where we have come. For those who looked at a city and a county in need of consolidation, we give thanks for public servants who gave their lives to this work. We pray, too, for this recent winter, for this time of COVID, where heroes have existed in our midst this whole time, for essential servants, for emergency management personnel, for educators, frontline workers who have kept us safe, alive, and well. We give thanks now for how far we've come. Here we are at the cusp of reopening, of reawakening our dreams now for our town. And we ask, God, that you keep us from falling back upon nostalgia, because we cannot go back. We cannot trade the opportunities of today for the nostalgia of yesterday. We need to be inspired now by our artists like Otis, who told us we have dreams to remember today that tell us the work is not yet done. Until consolidation leads to true community, we have work to do. Until Main Street meets the margins of Middle Georgia, we cannot rest on the laurels of our past. We have work to do. Until consolidation can take us to the beloved community where North Macon and South Macon come together and we're not separated by geography, and that doesn't determine your quality of life. We have work to do. Until the wounds of redlining can give way to green lights of economic justice, we have work to do. But we are thankful for how far we've come. Here we stand on Bacon Field, and the Macon-Bacon has redeemed Senator A.O. Bacon's racist legacy in Macon. Here we are in a place where all of Macon's citizens meet and gather that still bears that hurtful name now redeemed into something that brings community from blight to beauty. So inspire us today. Give us a new vision of what could be until we are no longer separated, but until we cheer each other on, until Stratford Eagles fly with FPD Vikings aside Tatnall Square Trojans with all of Macon-Bibb's children who find their collective victory in progress. We know we still have work to do until that vision is a reality. Until Middle Georgia lives into its central position, a hub of arts and economics, transportation and energy. We have work to do to zip up those dreams, to make them a reality. So let us be inspired. Let us endure this season of COVID tide, and let's get back to work tending this garden, fulfilling God's first commandment to creation, be fruitful and multiply. Amen.
Please join me in thanking the Macon-Bibb County Fire Department's Honor Guard. Also, let's have a round of applause for the talented member of the Dream Team Performance Choir from the Otis Redding Center, Miss Cassidy Walker. And as always, we are grateful for the inspiring words from Pastor Jake Hall, the spiritual senior pastor of the Highland Hills Baptist Church, and again, a Leadership Macon graduate. Thank you, Jake. Y'all may be seated. Okay, I lied. Some of you can be seated. Can I have all of the chamber board members please stand to be recognized? This year I have the privilege of working with these men and women of volunteer status here with the chamber, and I want to say thank you personally to them, and also would like you guys to say thank you for the work they are doing on behalf of all of our business community. As you may have noticed, we've implemented COVID-19 safety protocols today, and we're very grateful for our presenting sponsor, First Choice Primary Care, for providing medical professionals to screen attendees with temperature checks and for their continued support of this flagship annual event. Please welcome Catherine McLeod, CEO of First Choice Primary Care, for her sponsor's remarks.
Thank you. This is always a great event, but I think everybody feels the excitement today of being able to be outside, see people in person, not behind a screen. First, I'm also a graduate of Leadership Macon, and there are a bunch of us. I see Lisa's hand going up in my class, Shane, Katrina, Amy, where's Justin? Oh, anyway, that was a great experience, and it's always nice to see my classmates here. Also, seeing parents from Alexander II, going way back to my early days in Macon. Kenny Bergamy and Ron and Karen Collier and a few other folks. So I hope everybody enjoyed the social time beforehand. Again, First Choice is delighted to sponsor this event once again. We're a private nonprofit organization with a great board of directors. We're what's called a federally qualified health center. We're not a federal agency, but that's a designation that allows us to do some great things for the medically underserved. We provide primary care to anyone, regardless of their insurance. If you grabbed a fan, which you don't need today, but you can save it, last year we provided medical care to over 11,000 patients. And over 4,000 of those people had no health insurance. Those services were provided by our physicians, nurse practitioners, licensed clinical social worker, nurses, and a really talented, dedicated group of people in 6 locations. One in Warner Robins, the rest here in Macon, one at Ingram Pie Elementary, where we have a great partnership with Dr. Howard and Communities in Schools. We work with Daybreak. Sister Teresa's here with us to provide services to the homeless, and lots of other partnerships. I do want to thank our board of directors. This is a lot of these people have been involved since at least 2005, and we're required to have a monthly board meeting. I did the math, and I think it came out to 192 monthly meetings if you just met once a month. So that's a lot of meetings. Jonathan Alderman, who is here, was our founding president. Camille Hope is now our board president. She wasn't able to be here today. Roz McMillan, Albert McQueen, Dr. David Parrish, Steve Corkery, Dr. Tom Duvall, Linda Holland, Marvin Riggins, Jill Vanderhook, who's here with us today, and Mabel Wheeler. I just wanted to give them my personal thanks for all they do to support us. I have been asked why a nonprofit would spend the money to be the presenting sponsor of this event. My husband actually asked me that question. But we feel like, I think our board is very excited to be part of this. In a lot of ways, it's a great event to be part of, but for the nonprofit sector, there are a lot of nonprofits represented here today in the audience, and we're all businesses, we're all employers, and we all want to be part of all the great things happening in Macon. So that's, we've learned a whole lot this year during COVID. We've learned how we're vulnerable, how we depend on each other, but we've also realized our strengths, and I've been very proud of our dedicated staff. Most of them are not here today. They're hard at work doing COVID tests or giving vaccines or taking care of people's high blood pressure or whatever else they need. But thank you again. I'm looking forward to hearing from our new mayor and being part of this great community. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Also, I'd like to thank our gold sponsors for today's event: Advanced Disposal, All State Electrical Contractors, LLC, Atrium Health Navicent, Communities in Schools of Central Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau, the Georgia Power Company, Jones Cork, LLP, Magda Law, LLC, McNair, McLemore, Middlebrooks and Company, LLC. I'd also like to thank the silver sponsors: Argus Eyes Partners, LLC, ESG Operations Incorporated, Geico, Macon Works, McGriff Insurance Services Incorporated, SPP Commercial Group, LLC, Stifel Nicholas Company, apologies. And I'd like to, last but not least, thank our bronze sponsor, the Macon-Bibb County Industrial Authority. Thank you for your sponsorship today. Now, please join me in welcoming our elected officials who are attending today's event. The Honorable Lester Miller, Macon-Bibb County Mayor. The Honorable Seth Clark, Mayor Pro Tem of Macon-Bibb, representing District 5. Macon-Bibb County Commissioners Valerie Wynn, Paul Bronson, Elaine Lucas, Raymond Wilder, William Howell, Virgil Watkins, Al Tillman, and Christine Halon. I'm sorry, I apologize. And Al Tillman, I apologize for that. Extra names added. Thank you all for attending. Members of the Georgia General Assembly in attendance today are Representative James Beverly of District 143, Representative Dale Washburn of District 141, and Representative Sean Blackman of District 146. Also, Representative Patty Bentley of District 139. From the Macon Water Authority, Chairman Sam Hart Sr., Frank Patterson, Vice Chairman, Dr. Anissa Jones, Desmond Brown, and Mr. Dwight Jones. Thank you all again for being here with us. From the Bibb County School District and Board, Dr. Curtis Jones, our Superintendent, Daryl Morton, President and Post 7, Dr. Sandra Woodford, Treasurer, District 5, Murtis Johnson, District 1, Jawan Jackson, District 4, James Freeman, District 6, and Christine Halon, District 3. Thank you all for being with us today. Also joining us today are our Sheriff David Davis, Anita Reynolds Howard, our District Attorney, Pamela White Colbert, Chief Civil and Magistrate Judge of Bibb County, and Shavonda Hill, Constituent Services Director of U.S. Congressman Sanford Bishop. Also with us today is Representative Robert Dickey of District 140. Again, thank you everybody who is out today with us. I'm pretty sure we thanked everyone in the crowd at this one. Anybody miss? All right, well good, thank y'all. It is now my pleasure to introduce Andy Mitchell, Vice Chair of the Chamber's Government and Military Affairs Committee. You're Vice President too now. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Rob. Good afternoon. It is my honor to introduce three very special guests to you today. Please join me in welcoming Brigadier General Jennifer Hammerstead, Commander, Warner Robins Air Logistics Complex, Colonel Brian Moore, Installation Commander, and Chief Master Sergeant Carlos Labrador, Installation Command Chief. Colonel Moore, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, ma'am. All right, I'm going to echo the sentiment that everybody else has said. It is great to be out of a COVID-constrained world, mitigated, of course, but it is great to be here with you. And on behalf of my colleagues, General Hammerstead and Chief Labrador, and the 24,000 men and women, civilian and uniformed airmen at Robins Air Force Base, I want to thank the Greater Macon Chamber of Commerce and the members for the invitation to attend today's ceremony and say a few words. Really appreciate this opportunity. We're honored to be here and understand Mayor Miller's kind of vision and help align behind that, sir. Excited to hear that. You know, as a fundamental imperative, leaders at Robins understand that we are better together as part of Middle Georgia, and we strive to be an Air Force model for base and community integration. You make that easy because you live by the motto every day in Middle Georgia is Armed Forces Appreciation Day. And it's clear to us that you absolutely mean it. And we want to thank you for that support to our airmen at Robins and for partnering with us on so many fronts, strengthening our national industrial base and our national defense. So important. Examples include, you know, the Robins North operations area under the Industrial Authority Partnership and Central Georgia Technical College, as well as at Blue Skies in Macon with Mercer and the partnership there. And there's just, you know, the STEM education partnerships and other education partnerships. There's so many opportunities that we can continue to expand on. And we're looking forward to a year ahead where we can be purposeful and deliberate in creating those opportunities, because your support and care for our airmen and its mission is absolutely vital to our success. And so for us, we greatly appreciate your support, and we also understand that every day at Robins is Middle Georgia Appreciation Day. We live by that, and thank you so much for the opportunity to attend today. God bless, and thanks again for your support. Thank you, ma'am.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Colonel Moore. We greatly appreciate Robins Air Force Base and the critical role it plays in our nation's defense. And we sincerely thank all of you for your service to our country. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce our new mayor, Lester Miller. He is the second mayor of Macon-Bibb County's consolidated government. Immediately upon taking office, he built a diverse transition team to map out priorities for Macon-Bibb and has hit the ground running. Mayor Miller and his wife Toby have two sons, Tyler and Landon, both of whom graduated from the Bibb County school system. He is an attorney, a small business owner, and a lifelong resident of Middle Georgia, who is recognized throughout the region as a community leader. Mayor Miller received his Bachelor of Science degree in Political Science from Mercer University and his Juris Doctorate from Mercer School of Law. He has practiced law in Macon for more than 20 years, representing the injured and disabled. Mayor Miller is an active supporter of youth sports, the Cherry Blossom Festival, and is a member of the Downtown Rotary Club and Victory Baptist Church. He also served 3 terms as president of the Bibb County Board of Education and has so many accomplishments, it is too many to name. And I know you don't want to sit here and listen to me, so please join me in welcoming Mayor Lester Miller.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Ooh, Lord. All right, can you hear me now? I've been asked to try to stay on script, but as many of my elementary school teachers would contest, that doesn't happen very often. I do want to recognize the first mayor of the consolidated government, Robert Rickard, who is here with us today. I told him I was going to make a quick joke about him and not to be offended. But if he wasn't here, I wasn't going to say it. So I got a call a few weeks ago, and I had a gentleman who I imagine probably called Robert many times complaining. And he told me, Mr. Miller, you have done more in 100 days than your predecessor has done in 13 years. And I told him that was not true. It's going to take me at least 200 days to do that. So I'll be on script in just a moment, and I'll promise you I only have 8 pages in this speech. The good part about that is it's very large print, so it should be short. This will involve audience participation. If you can hear me in the back, raise your hand. All right, we good. So we're on a baseball field, right? Our theme today is going to be team. So every time I say that word, you got to run around the bases. I only say it 12 times throughout the speech. So we ought to get a good workout today. But honestly, we're not going to do that. But what do we do when we in church, when you have a pastor up there at church? Pastor Hall, I know you're here. That's a great presentation today. I could have used it as my speech. But we're at church and a pastor says something good. What do you say? I didn't hear that. What do you say? Amen. So we're on a ball field today. So if you hear something good today, say go team. All right, let's try it. There you go. We're on historic Luther Williams Field, and this is about teamwork. I'm back on script. Good afternoon, everyone. As I like to say, and you'll hear me say for the next at least 4 years, it is a great day to be in Macon-Bibb County. There you go. As your 42nd mayor, standing on the field with the great 42, number 42, Jackie Robinson, played and where an amazing movie about him was made, I am reminded of his words. A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. There you go. By the measure of the impact we have already had on our neighbors' lives, I am pleased to say the state of our community is strong. In December, we faced a tragedy as a community when 2 homeless men froze to death on Christmas Eve. Like many of you, I was heartbroken. I knew we can do better than what we do. Within 2 weeks, more than 30 agencies and departments and countless individuals came together to open the Brookdale Warming Center. And today, that facility has served more than 400 individuals and families who have been their lives have been blessed with a caring, resourceful, and purposeful community. And for that, I thank you. And just last Saturday, on the 100th day of this administration, what a great day it was in Macon-Bibb County to have more than 80 groups, over 1,500 people came together as a team to be a part of our Clean Streets Matters effort and beautify our neighborhoods. As a quick reminder, make sure you put your trash in the receptacles when you leave. Since the first day of this administration, together, we have removed over 2 million pounds of trash from our streets and our neighborhoods. Look around to the people next to you. No, seriously, look around to the people next to you. The people at the next table. The people in the cheap seats in the back. Every person that is here today impacts the lives of others because you are all invested in the success of our entire community. And let me be clear, Team Macon extends well beyond this great gathering of community leaders today. Team Macon includes every teacher who has risen to the challenge of continuing to educate our children despite the challenges of a global pandemic. Every health care professional and first responder who day after day put themselves in harm's way to care for others. Our team includes business owners and employees, faith leaders and the faithful, parents who do the very best so their kids can care for their children, seniors who have waited far too long to hug their grandchildren. Team Macon-Bibb County includes all of us. Together, we are one Macon. We are strong. We are nimble. We are smart, and we are ready to work together, a team for success for our whole community. Our motto is Forward Together because we are in this together. Our success as a community is a team effort. For those of you counting, that's 6 times around the bases. We are a team, 7. We are connected and are committed to the success of our community. This isn't the first inning for our community. There are already runs on the scoreboard. Maybe not that one, but one on ours. For the amazing improvements in our school system under the leadership of Dr. Curtis Jones. For the expansion and growth of our college and universities. For the industries we've attracted through brought thousands of jobs to Macon-Bibb County. For the growth and success of our tourism and our film industries. For the fact that entertainment and dining options continue to grow. For the growth of our small business community. For the expansion of our existing industry. For the return of passenger air service and sports teams. And for a community that prioritizes the needs of the least of us with programs like the Macon Mental Health Matters and the Brookdale Warming Center. Despite our success, we have not won the game yet. We are addressing challenges to public safety, homelessness, blight, illegal dumps, and litter, and inadequate access to mental health services, even in 2021. And while our diversity is our strength, we must continue to work together to create a more just and equitable community where there is greater opportunity for all people of all backgrounds. Together, I am confident that this team will meet the challenges because we have proven that we live by the golden rule, treating our neighbors as we want to be treated. What seemed impossible becomes reality as we recreate the type of community we all desire. Let's take a look back at all that we've accomplished so far together in the first 100 days.
$100 days. 100 days and counting of helping people, cleaner streets, focusing on neighborhood and commercial blight, and finding ways to support people in need. 100 days of working as a team to move Macon-Bibb County forward together. The work didn't start on January 1st, 2021. It began the week after the election, learning about the government and announcing a diverse transition team to begin working with the community and identifying our immediate and long-term needs. The team received thousands of surveys and reached thousands of people, culminating in a 2-day retreat to develop the Macon-Bibb Forward Transition Report, a blueprint for a renewed Macon-Bibb. 5 areas of focus were identified from that feedback in the transition team, each with goals and specific action steps. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, public safety, economic development, education and workforce development, and recreation and tourism.
These community and civic leaders came together to support a community-driven, forward-focused mayoral transition team that builds upon existing public engagement and visioning work to connect those plans with the priorities of our local government.
The work leading up to January 1st allowed the mayor and commission to come together around some common ideals and initiatives, including responding to a tragedy. 2 men experiencing homelessness passed away on Christmas, and the mayor led Macon-Bibb into action even before he took office to help ensure this wouldn't happen again. Thanks to partnerships with the Bibb County School District, United Way, Community Foundation of Central Georgia, and more than 30 agencies and departments working as a team, the Brookdale Warming Center opened in less than a week to house people experiencing homelessness or who did not have adequate heat. More than 400 people have found warm and safe shelter, as well as much needed services and 3 meals a day at the Warming Center. The larger community also stepped forward to help. Tens of thousands of dollars have been donated in both large and small amounts. Hundreds of people have volunteered and thousands of items have been donated. Together, we are improving the safety of our people by providing for them in their time of need. Many projects can have an impact on several areas identified by the community, one of which was the new Clean Streets Matter initiative, launched just 2 weeks, officially, into the new administration. Using data gathered from the community, departments would work together as a team to remove illegal dumps and piles of tires, pick up litter, and clean up neighborhood streets. Since the announcement, more than 2 million pounds of debris have been removed from more than 150 illegal dump sites. And it's not just us. Working with Keep Macon-Bibb Beautiful, more than 50 neighborhoods, businesses, and organizations joined the team and held cleanups this past weekend. Together, we are cleaning our neighborhoods to improve public safety, increase the potential for more economic development, and attract more visitors.
Clean streets matter in Macon-Bibb County.
We're part of this team because clean streets matter to us. We're the team!
We have to take care of people. We live by the golden rule, and we believe in treating people the way we want to be treated. It's just that simple. And some people really do need our help, and we need to make sure our help reaches them where they are. So we're working to increase access to mental health services by taking those services into our neighborhoods. Again, we're taking care of people's needs while at the same time addressing issues that could lead to criminal activity if not properly addressed. Together, we are being inclusive of our neighborhoods and improving public safety by going to them, not expecting people who need help to try and find it on their own.
We're on the team because mental health matters.
The mayor and commission are taking care of our hardworking employees, from deputies to firefighters to public works to finance and more, by giving them a pay scale based on the work they do, not what they did years ago. That meant in January, everyone got a bump in their paychecks, and our next steps will be to figure out how to fully implement that pay scale so they can be further rewarded for their work and dedication. Together, we're taking care of the people around us so they will take care of our community, which directly impacts every area of focus for us. Our Office of Small Business Affairs has already begun holding seminars for small and minority businesses on how they can more effectively earn governmental contracts, and it is actively working with the Chamber of Commerce on future efforts. Our Community Affairs Office immediately began outreach to local community groups and churches to bring them to the table, let them know they are part of the team, and asking how we can recognize their efforts. Together, we will support our community and businesses at all levels, helping to increase access and provide more opportunities. We've worked with our federal legislators on the American Rescue Plan, and with the funds we're receiving, we can make whole many of our institutions that suffered so much because of the lack of travel due to COVID-19. We can help our tourist attractions, events, hotels, and more, giving them the chance to get back on the successful path that they were on. Just 2 weeks ago, our legislative delegation did something our community has asked for several years, gave us the chance to vote on a penny sales tax that would ultimately lower our property taxes. Nearly 3/4 of that money would come from people who do not live here, those people that drive back and forth from here or are just passing through, but it would lower your tax burden and allow you to reinvest in the community around you. Together, our legislative delegation, our commission, and a dedicated team of experts worked to get this passed, and now we need you to vote for it when it's on the next ballot. Lastly, and probably the most important thing, is that our leadership is working together. Since January, our commission has passed most of its ordinances by 7, 8, or unanimous votes. This is the leadership that our community expects. A group of officials that can talk through the important issues, but still work together to find the best solution for all of us. Together, we will move our community forward. 100 days, but we're far from done, and we're far from building the entire team. We are preparing to launch an attack on commercial blight so that new businesses will locate here and current businesses will have pride to invest in their own efforts. We will have a focus on economic development. We are preparing to develop a plan to build a new fire safety training structure so that our men and women have the best facilities in which to train.
We're on the team. We're on the team. We're on the team. We're on the team.
Together and as a team, we will rejuvenate Macon-Bibb County because Macon matters.
That's the first time I've watched that video, actually, so a lot of you are represented out there, and we are part of a team. All that you just saw was part of teamwork. Our department, crews working every day to get rid of the illegal dumps. Our code enforcement department going after blight harder than ever before. To everyone that joined us for the cleanup this past weekend, to the volunteers at the Brookdale Warming Center, to the organizations of the recently reopened Booker T. Washington Center. It was a team effort. and we're not finished yet. Just past Monday, we announced an $11 million expansion at Snitzer Steel, which will bring new jobs to Macon-Bibb County and expand an existing business. Just yesterday, we announced our newest initiative to improve our neighborhoods, 30 houses in 30 days. We're going to demolish 30 burned houses in the next 30 days. And while that's going on, we'll be looking for another 70-plus blighted structures to possibly get them ready for demolition. As we tore down the first 2 houses on yesterday, both on Pinson Street off of Houston Avenues, our crews also did a Clean Streets Matter push for removing illegal dumps, cleaning up piles of tires, and cleaning the right-of-ways. And there's more. This is hot off the press. You're the first to hear. I'm honored today that Kumho Tire of Georgia is making a $21.8 million investment in a plant here in Macon-Bibb County. They'll be adding more than 20,000 square feet to the existing facility and increasing their annual production by 500,000 tires. Thank you to all the partners that make this happen. We have just as much focus on supporting and helping our existing industries and businesses as we do to attracting new ones. But we still aren't finished yet. Jackie Robinson also said, life is not a spectator sport. If you're going to spend your whole life in the grandstand just watching, in my opinion, you're wasting your life. Wow. Today, I ask each of you to commit again to doing all that you can do to make our community a more vibrant place, where everyone has the opportunity of success. Because of you, our future is bright. Thanks to the full support of our county commission and the work of our legislative delegation, this year, Macon-Bibb County voters will have an historic opportunity to pass an OLAS, a penny sales tax that will support many of the groundbreaking programs our administration has begun, including improvements to public safety, recreation, blight removal, while providing the greatest tax relief since consolidation. I can't thank them enough. I know several are here today. I think they can attest that this was a long, hard process. And I've said it once, I've said it twice, I said it 3 times, but the 4th time is a charm. I am grateful to every partner who joined us to advocate for this opportunity. While there are yet challenges ahead, together we will meet them. The outcome of our work has real consequences for our families, our friends, our businesses, our neighborhoods, our county. And for people we've never met, but will choose to make Macon-Bibb County their cause. Above anything else, I hate to lose. Jackie Robinson said this, and I'm here to tell you, each of you, I refuse to let our community lose. The state of our community is strong because we choose each other as our cause. We will move forward together. Thank you. God bless. And it's a great day in Macon-Bibb County.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Miller. That was an excellent report and certainly one that we can share as a way to kick off a fantastic rest of 2021 and the incorporation of your vision. You know, who says that in the state of Georgia you can't have an event like this in Macon, Georgia? Who says that COVID has to restrict us from having a gathering to where we can enjoy a venue of historical significance and that we can gather under the free enterprise system to support business and industry and the ability to have production? It's always in Macon, Georgia, and we were so proud that as our staff innovated, what can we do to change around the state of the community? Here's was the answer. With the Macon-Bacon leadership, we were able to pull off a fantastic venue, and I think you all will agree. The rain has stopped away from being an impediment for this event, and we're just so excited that we were able to gather here because we have missed you. You are members and leaders of this community. You help us with all the initiatives that have been a tradition of this chamber for 160 years. And with the historical significance of this ballpark, we have many more years to go. So I want to say that there's so many people that made this come together. Least of not, which is mostly significant, is the wonderful Macon-Bacon leadership, all of the sponsors that are here today, the Macon-Bibb Fire Department, Pastor Jake Hall and Cassidy Walker for the wonderful event that you pulled together in providing us with this production today. Let us also thank the chamber staff. If you all would stand and be recognized, these people have worked tirelessly through COVID environments to offer programs that have been transformational, to allow us to be virtual, to have town halls, to really do a good job of outreach when we were not able to physically have you come together. And we appreciate every one of you. For Kathy Nolan, my creative director, who envisioned this whole outfit, let me thank Kathy. You've seen her today, but she continues to deliver on the kind of quality events that we expect and that we want to have offering to our membership. We want to thank Buddy Lovell and the audiovisual services. This is a fantastic way to present the mayor's vision, and so we truly appreciate this team's effort. Let me say your chamber is in good order. And let me say that in the coming weeks, you'll hear about Forward Macon. Under the leadership of Robbo Hatcher and Dion, we will have a wonderful way that we promote this community and bring wonderful opportunities for the next 5-year capital campaign, which will grow jobs, support workforce, empower us to have training in place to where people will be able to accelerate in their career laddership, and also to afford us to move in prosperity projections. So thank you for listening to our Forward Macon proposition. Open your wallets and be generous, because this is going to be the year where we exceed all expectations in building the platform for the future of Macon-Bibb. We appreciate our mayor's partnership. I can tell you that the Chamber Board was 100% behind the referendum opportunity with the state legislature. We appreciate every city commissioner and every state legislator to come together in compromise to allow us this referendum. We will be 100% behind the educational aspect of the benefits of this referendum, because as you see for the future, we want more ball fields. We want venues in Macon that stand apart than any other second-tier city in Georgia. We want to see infrastructure investment. We want to see that this can be a prosperous community. We're never giving up on the dreams of how we can expand those investments. So we look forward to having that opportunity to be part of that referendum as we go forward. And most of all, let me say thank you for allowing us to serve you as members, and let us grow this membership to where we can be that business organization that is most effective for the vision that we have going forward. We will do that in partnership with organizations of like mind in this community. It will not be done alone by just one chamber, but through all the partnerships across the community. And again, we will embrace diversity. Diversity is at the cornerstone of our board's vision, and we will continue to devote our time towards inclusivity and diversity of this community as a celebration of a community of unique tradition, not a community that's mired in the past, but a community that is going forward. So again, enjoy the rest of your day. We're ahead of schedule. There's probably more food left, so enjoy that. But take care of yourselves in this COVID environment and help us become the community of resilience as we go forward. Thank you. Oh my God.
So before we let Yvonne walk off and before any of you get up and leave, I have two more quick things, and I apologize. First and foremost, I would like everybody to join me in not singing, because I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but at least in and thanking Yvonne and telling her happy birthday, because today is her birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
I do apologize. The cake isn't large enough for all of us, so I'm just going to hand Yvonne the cake.
Oh, thank you.
And my apologies for leaving off two of our representatives here today, Miss Brenda Williams from Reverend Ralph Warnock's office, and Michelle Delaney from Austin Scott's office is here with us. So thank you again for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great afternoon and have a great rest of your week. Thank you.
Again. Anyone who takes offense